What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling a rise video. Alright guys, we got ourselves a weapon tier list update that we need to do. It's desperately needed. We haven't done this one in a little while. I've been waiting for a brand new Jinwoo weapon to drop, and the Phoenix Soul is in fact here, and it's made a splash. So we're going to talk all about it and everything else that goes with it. Now, I want to put the rares where they normally go. Now, keep in mind, I have a full rare account that I'm running. I can tell you guys this now. Rares have a place in this game. They are not all lackluster. Some rares are actually really, really strong. But for the time's sakes and for the fact that most rares will be replaced by SR weapons very, very shortly and very quickly, we're going to put them in their own section. We're not going to categorize them. We're not going to rate them. Okay, they don't need to be dissed. They don't need to be applauded. They're just there to be used. A lot of them are really good for BOT and stuff because BOT doesn't require any form of leveling. So they, even at level 1, as long as they're max duped, they can actually provide you quite a bit of utility early game to mid game. And I'm proof of that. I'm currently on, I think, like Baruka, because I'm going very casual on the rare one, and it's working really well. So rare weapons, don't sleep on them, but also don't focus too much on them as well. They can in fact be max duped, and then save those ones and then delete all the other ones and salvage them. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now let's go over to the can be useful a little bit. Okay, we're going to put this one here. The Golem Hammer can be a little bit useful because of the shield. It is a wind weapon, but there are way more superior weapons out there, so definitely don't use this if you have better ones. We'll talk about the better ones later. The SR weapon here for hunters, also reducing boss damage, is kind of irrelevant. Most of the time you'll be dodging or doing QTEs or iframing at all. So this one here is probably the worst weapon in the game, I'd say. So don't worry too much about that one. And then the Flame Domain actually goes up to good now, because you can actually use the Flame Domain to improve your fire damage with the new Phoenix Soul. So it has a little bit more utility. This one used to be here. It's now gone up to here. It is slow as molasses, so keep that in mind. But we're going to leave it right there for now, and that'll sit on its own, okay? Now, in regards to other weapons that are decent here and that will sit in the good section, there is a basic attack dagger here that is an SR weapon. Not many units will use basic attack increase, but this one here is not a bad option if you plan to have a non-SSR version of a weapon for your characters. This is not a bad one for some characters, but it is very limited in terms of who will be using that. Okay, the Orc Broadsword has some utility. I'd say it's probably the best of the good ones out of these three here, because now you can spam the skill if you kill somebody, so great for BOT and stuff. But outside of BOT, it's not the greatest weapon, and it's overshadowed by so many better dark weapons out there, so keep that in mind. Okay, so there you guys go. That will probably queue up all of your good weapons. Now let's move over the very good weapons. Now these weapons here are going to be weapons that are fairly strong and can be used in a lot of situations, but should not be focused on too much. Okay, so this one here is the Baruka's Dagger. This is a great crit and crit damage weapon. Can get you to 100% crit very easy at A5, but unfortunately does require quite a bit of dupes to be utilized at its full potential. The elemental weapon over here is also really good. It does scale off attack though, so a lot of your units won't be able to maximize on this, but because of the elemental damage increase, it is kind of universally used by anyone that has the elemental advantage, whether they're attack based or not. But again, because it is strictly attack based and not scaling off of HP or defense, some units will lose some of their stats, so it kind of does fall off just a little bit due to that, so keep that in mind. Now, because core damage has become so popular, core damage is also becoming, this axe here will give you guys more core damage. It is a very powerful weapon for anyone who's looking for core increase and doesn't have an SSR equivalent. For example, Alicia or anyone such as SM Beck or Don Su. These ones will work really well. I believe it scales off of defense though, so Alicia will lose the attack portion of it, unfortunately, giving it again the very good versus something that should be higher if it had scaled off of everything. And then lastly, the QTE one here, which is HP based. Every time you do a QTE, which is your I think it's quick trigger event, it brings you in, and then that way it increases your power gauge, which is your ultimate gauge. So this is not a bad option, but there's a very good a better option than this one out there. Okay, and we're going to go talk about that real quick, and that is going to, actually, you know what, before we do that, let's go talk about some other weapons here that'll belong in this section. So the Naga Spear over here, you know what, I maximized it. I used it very often in my free-to-play account. It just isn't as hard hitting as I wanted it to be. It is, I think, a little bit better than Baruka's Dagger to some extent, but it's still not the greatest weapon out there. The Grimoire is also another one that's very good, but I wouldn't consider it broken in any way, shape, or form, or OP. There is a better fire weapon out there. And then the Falcon, I'd say I'd put it right here as well too, for a water weapon. It's a good CC weapon. You can double cast the skill. Overall though, doesn't do very good damage. And then let's just put in Kasaka Blades, and then the Night Killer as well, okay? All of these right here are going to be the very good options that I would suggest. You know, as a matter of fact, we'll probably even throw in, let's throw in the Lustrous Dragon Sword as well. It's a very good option, but it's not the best option. Okay, there's a couple of better options out there. Now for OP options, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about those. Now for SR hunters, or sorry, SR weapons for hunters, this book here, which is your power gauge book, increases up to 32% if I recall. So this is the best option for hunters who are HP based, who want to get their power up quickly. And then the crit hit bow damage, which gives you, I believe, 32% crit hit damage as well too. If you use this here, it's great for any DPS as well. The gun, actually, you know what? I forgot to put the gun in here. The gun also belongs there. Now these right here are going to be your top 2 SR OP weapons. Actually, we're going to put just one for now. That one right there, okay? And then we're going to start looking at SSR weapons now. So I've got a few of them here lined up. I'm missing a few, it looks like. Where are my other weapons? One sec. Let me just add these guys real quick, okay? These weapons should also be here. I don't know why it wasn't added, but we're going to add them right now. All right? Sorry. I apologize, guys. One sec. Make sure I got everything. Is that everybody? Is that everybody? I think we got everything, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. Okay, so OP weapons. Let's do some SSR versions of these. Okay, so we're gonna put some of these in here, some of these in here. So these are the newer ones. Okay, so first off, Jinwoo's pretty damn good. We're gonna put it there. Okay, that's where that belongs for sure. We're gonna put Emma's, no, Libora's. Libora's is good. Limbs, there we go. Limbs is over here. Dongsu's over here. Actually, Dongsu's yeah, you know, it definitely does belong over here. And then we have Choi's. Choi's is actually incredible. So we're going to put Choi's up here because it is broken. And then Libora's, I'd say Libora's is fairly godly as well. Actually, I'm trying to remember. Libora's is, yeah, you know what? I think Libora's is probably right over here. Top end SOP, it's close enough to being SS broken, but it's not quite there. And in regards to some of these other weapons here, Bex as well too would be right over here. And then we have, where is SM Bex? SM Bex, yeah, you know, I'll put SM Bex over here as well too. And then we have, where is Emma's? Emma's is almost here, honestly. I feel like Emma's deserves to be top tier. I'm debating where, you know what? No, we're going to put Emma's here as well too. Probably do it this way, okay? And then this way here, we completed all the SSR weapons that are up there. And then I almost want to put this one here as well too, but it does reduce ultimate gauge. So I might take that one, keep it up a little further. Now, in regards to Jinwoo's weapons, so Vulcan's Rage, because of the testing that we've done recently, even with the upgrade, is actually going down to S now. It was godly before. I'm dropping it down a slot. Same with the Demon Longsword. Probably deserves to be down here still. There's just a way better viable option out there. And then we're talking about some of the better weapons out here. Right now we're gonna go SS Broken. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's keep it this way. Scatty I'm gonna put here as well too. Believe it or not, Grimoire, after doing multiple testing, is a better option still, no matter what. So I apologize, guys. After doing even further testing, I wanted to do even more. There's too many situations where the Grimoire instant freeze and the instant debuffs is just way better. The snap and cool animation, all that, it doesn't work very well all the time, and it causes a lot of delay in everything that we do. So let's go over here and talk a little bit about some of the units, SR weapons or SSR weapons. So Alicia's for sure, 1010%, you want that up there. Cha's 110%, you want that up there. The crit damage increase as well, the core damage increase here. This one reduces the ult damage for the highest attack user. Overdrive is crazy strong for every skill that she does, including core damage. Mint increases his HP plus increases all of the damage bonus that he does with his Heavenly Blessing, which is crazy strong. Sa increases her crit damage like insanity with this one. So these ones here are definitely top tier, and the rest here we're gonna start going through it. Okay, so Vulcan's Rage, Orb of Avarice right there. Okay, and then the bow right there. I think those two definitely belong there. Huntsman is probably going to be next in line. And then we have ourselves the Scythe. And then we have ourselves the Daggers. The Plum Sword. The Grimoire. You know what? We'll do it this way. Maybe even this way. Right here. Like that. In that order. Okay? And then we have ourselves the Phoenix Bow. And for now, we're going to continue leaving Westwind where it belongs. Okay? And I don't know between the two of them which one's stronger. To be honest, I haven't done enough testing here. But I can tell you right now that this bow is definitely going to be the strongest weapon in the game, I think. So we might even do this just to give it its due. I don't know anyone who hasn't maxed out yet. I have an A5 that I've tested, and it's just bonkers the amount of damage you put out. The biggest problem it has is its cooldown is so long. That's really the biggest issue it has. But outside of that, because Westwind, you can actually refresh the cooldown almost instantly doing a crit at A5. And then you can pop off 2 of these. With Secret Bullet at ×5, you're still doing more damage. So I still think Westwind is still the best weapon in the game. So I'm going to, actually, you know, we'll leave it like this. This is exactly where we're going to leave it. So these are the top tier weapons. It sounds like there's a lot of them, guys, because there is. There are a lot of good options. If you've seen any of my content, whether it's free to play or pay to win, you will see me use most of these weapons in some form or fashion, whether it's story mode, BOT, Dragon, you name it. Right? They're all being used for a reason, and they all are OP for a reason, and they have given you guys a lot of good options. Not to sleep on the OP versions here, but these broken ones are far above the competition. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you for watching the newest video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.